What's going on, guys? Welcome back to METS Central, and today I'm going to be recapping some of the recent games that have happened. I'll touch a bit on the last game of the Dodgers series, which there's not a lot to talk about there, but mostly about the Giants series. And I do apologize that I have not been keeping up with this channel lately and not doing a game-by-game recap sort of thing. The reason why, if you didn't know or couldn't tell by my background, I am also a Rangers fan, on top of being a Mets fan, and I'm a Knicks fan, and both of those teams are currently on playoff runs, so I'm sorry, but for right now, they get the priority, and it just is the way it is. So the Mets have kind of been on the back burner, but I've been keeping tabs enough to know what's going on. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I've been watching inning by inning, because I just simply have not, but I think I have a pretty solid idea of, and feel for what's happening right now, because I do have some questions right now with this team, regarding certain things, and I do have some things I want to talk about, because there are some good things, there are some things that are bad. But before we jump into everything, leave a like here if you do enjoy the video, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel. I tried to run through that quickly because I want to get through this quickly, enough to where you guys aren't bored out of your mind. But to quickly touch on the Dodgers game at the end of that series, and the reason why I'm touching on it is because there's something that annoys me. How long of a leash does Adrian Hauser have in this rotation is what I want to know, because I'm at the point where Christian Scott's tearing it up in AAA, and I mean tearing it up. I get the idea of not wanting to rush a guy like Christian Scott, but with the way Adrian Hauser has pitched, I don't know how you justify not calling him up potentially sometime soon. Is this a thing where they want to wait it out with Hauser for Senga? I don't know, but Adrian Hauser has just not been giving good enough starts. The one start that he did give that was good enough, the Mets lost the game because of the fact that they didn't score a run, so it wasn't his fault. But outside of that, he has just not been good in the other three starts that he has made. I'm sorry, but it's true. I know the base stat line against Pittsburgh wasn't bad, but you look in depth at the 5 walks that he allowed and the fact that he couldn't give enough innings, and I get you can't expect much from a fifth guy, but when you have a prospect who's arguably the best pitcher right now in the organization outside of Senga, and just in terms of starting pitching, that is, and you're not utilizing him, well, to me, that doesn't make sense, to be honest with you. Like, he should be up here right now with the team. I get the whole thing where you'd have to clear space for him on the 40-man, but if he's this good, something to think about at the very least. So that's all I'm going to mention with the Dodgers series. With the Giants series, we're going to talk a lot more about that. How about Starling Marte, though? Big series for him. I know he went 0-4 today, but very big series, or I guess yesterday technically when you're seeing this, but very big series for Starling Marte. How about that? He goes 3 for 4 in game 2, goes 2 for 4 in game 1. Listen, I know he didn't get a lot of RBIs, and it sucks that the Mets did not get timely hits in either of the first 2 games, but nice to see him looking good. Alonso looked good throughout this entire series as well. You're starting to get consistency from the top bats. The thing that sucks is the bottom of the order cooled off tremendously. You had no production really from the bottom of the order outside of, well, Jeff McNeil in game 2 gave some solid production, but game 3, of course, is where the floodgates open with the offense in terms of that. Lindor, unbelievable game for him in that third game, having 2 home runs, getting 4 RBIs on the day, 4 for 5 from the left side on some of those too. Would love to see if Lindor could keep this up and keep playing at a hot stretch, because that's going to change the team's dynamic. I cannot talk. I need to calm down. Will change the team's dynamic. JD Martinez is looking like to be on the horizon as soon as playing this upcoming series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Not a good baseball team, by the way. You should be annihilating them going into that one. But when it comes to the play from Lindor, loved it. I'm still loving as well a lot of the aggression on the base paths. You're just noticing the little details where you're seeing guys being more aggressive out of the batter's box, hustling it out to second base on an outfield hit, even when a runner's being thrown to at home. And I just love the aggression still. Love a lot of the approach. Tyrone Taylor, too. We talk about his game today. He's been a revelation, too. He had a home run as well. He had a couple of RBIs, 2 for 5 on the day. Tyrone Taylor has been a very solid piece for this team, and I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him in the everyday lineup if he keeps this up. Because, listen, Harrison Bader, I don't expect things to look good there. But speaking of things not good, the whole Alvarez thing, now you're stuck with Tomas Nido and Omar Narvaez, which is also another reason you're seeing the offense plummet. You lose a big bat there in Alvarez, and he had to get the surgery. Hopefully he'll be back quickly, but man, not good. Not good, because the catching situation is awful right now. It is gross watching those two behind the plate. That's neither here nor there. You get to the pitching side. Sean Reed Foley, welcome back to the roster. Had a very good game 1. In terms of the pitching in game 1, Quintana didn't do good. The bullpen did good. Sean Reed Foley, he had a couple walks, but still got out of a jam there. Josh Walker even gave a good inning. Lopez looked good. I know Walker ended up being optioned down. Quintana just couldn't give a good start. It's just that simple. And the Mets went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, barely even getting offense. That is. Game 2, similar story. Severino, though, balled out, and it sucks. He gave 6 innings finally. Drew Smith, though, stunk up the joint. That was going to happen at some point. Diekman had a good outing, but even though Drew Smith stunk up the joint, again, no timely hitting, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and at least they had a little more depth in the lineup in this game, but the timely hits just weren't there. Michael Conforto, by the way, of course, torched the Mets this entire series, because what's new on both sides of the damn ball? I'm watching him chase down fly balls like a maniac, but the last game is really where there's a lot to love. Minaya couldn't get the win because he didn't go 5 innings. 4 walks, 4 hits. You look at the optics of that, not good. 6 strikeouts. All right. Decent start, but Reed Garrett, baby. Reed freaking Garrett. Balling out. I'm loving the Reed Garrett story. I'm loving the way that he's pitching. So, Reed Garrett, keep this up. You had Ottavino do good as well. He's really looked good ever since his first 2 outings. And then Diaz getting into some trouble. I'm glad they got him some work in. Maybe it's a little bit of a rust thing that every time he's pitching, he's getting into trouble because there's not been a lot of save opportunities. They're either blowing teams out or getting blown out. I won't lie. A little worrisome that he's been getting hit every now and then. But you're going to get hit. Do it when you still win the baseball game. So that's one thing I will say on that front. But yeah, a lot to be excited about in terms of the fact that they're 13-11 right now. You survived to be above 500 by getting JD Martinez back. That's a huge addition to the lineup. That should help put this team over the top. I'm very curious to see what the dynamic's going to look like on Friday. And the lineup construction in general, I'm guessing they want to leave the top 4 intact. So you have to envision JD slots in at 5 and then everybody else moves down a spot, which I don't hate that. Really do not hate the idea of that. Maybe you go with JD 5, keeping the top 4 in order. Then you go Beatty, McNeil, Bader / Taylor, and then Nito. Something like that, which I don't hate that at all. I really do not hate that at all. So we'll see. But that's my quick little recap there and rant. I'm sorry that I'm not going too in-depth with the games. It's hard to when I just simply have not been dialed in enough, and I apologize yet again for that. But I think it's understandable, right? My teams are in playoff runs. Hard to keep up with this. Friday, though, sucks that I can't even watch really JD's debut because the Rangers will be playing, but I'm going to try my best to watch both games on that one because I'm very interested to see how that one goes. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. Turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live next. I'll see you guys in the next one.